moments she's gone down in a couple matches and had to wrestle back, so she can score points very quickly.
Well, who's going to be quick off the mark here? This is the second bronze medal in the under 58 kilogram grouping. China against Kyrgyzstan. Zhong against TYNYBEKOVA. TYNYBEKOVA with heavy strapping on both knees. Likewise is Zhong. But it's that little fleet of footwork from the Chinese athlete in the red, always circling, making the taller opponent look for them.
I just can't get over so far 17. Again, 17 different nations.
How many nations?
17,
Is that right? 17.
Yeah, 17. But that just shows the parity in women's wrestling. And it's so good as an Olympic sport, the fact that we reach out to so many nations. And when we look at, you know, kind of peace through athletics, we're dealing with 2 Asian Games people who are fighting for position. Beautiful crackdown position. Now, did TYNYBEKOVA break 90 degrees on the back of Zhong? Didn't look like it, so right there she does. Someone's gonna get a score there. They give 2 to Zhong. I'd be surprised if there's not a challenge break thrown in there, as TYNYBEKOVA looked that she had waist wrapped her and broke. They did. They confirmed by the judge and the mat that it was 2 points for TYNYBEKOVA and 1 point for Zhong for the go behind.
Great start there for TYNYBEKOVA. Zhong caught in the headlights a little bit. Good work from, as we've said before, if you're totally new to it, there's a referee in the middle. And there's also a match chairman and judge, and they can, 2 of the 3 required to confirm the score. That little point snuck up on the board for Zhong there. And that keeps her in this one, where you talked about that medal spread, that contention. 17 nations represented.
How many?
Olympic medal spread, exactly 17. So good they named it twice. But TYNYBEKOVA gives up the double legs here.
Straight double, and she was able to get her head up and then take feet to back. And right there, 4 points with authority. Took her right straight to her back. And in years past, that would have been a touch fall. We don't do those anymore. Well, I haven't seen those very much anymore, but she landed hard on both of her shoulder blades. I think there's still 2 shoulder blade marks sitting on the ground.
I'm just glad that the dais is reinforced there, because she slammed her down there, and Zhong was in trouble. TYNYBEKOVA lifted in the air, unceremoniously dumped on the ground. And it's turn of the tables now for Zhong.
If you noticed how Zhong got in deep with her head down, but was able to roll her chest up, get her head up, and lift TYNYBEKOVA off the mat. TYNYBEKOVA is very good at cutting corners and creating that exposure through whether it be a lift of the chest or a lift at the ankles to create advantage points. Zhong, by getting her feet off the ground, there was no drive. She was just able to drive her straight to the mat.
She drives herself into the lead. Time up on the first period. And as I've mentioned just on the way in there about the height difference, also the Samata type, the body type, a power athlete there in her wheelhouse doing what she wanted, Zhong.
Absolutely, and again, with authority, everything she's doing, even from her screams after in between the periods, she's just getting herself so mentally prepared, up in the air and down on the ground. Driving her shoulders straight into the solar plexus. I can imagine that she probably had a little trouble breathing coming up from that.
I think she's only just about recovering. I hope she's recovered from the slap on the head from the coach there. Motivation high for TYNYBEKOVA. She was certainly lifted high in the air by Zhong in red. Who's going back with bronze at the moment? It's China's finest in the lead here.
I feel like we're watching a tennis match when they're serving. She continues to get that.
The big shout. Well, she certainly found an ace, did Zhong. A big smash. She's in the lead. TYNYBEKOVA, can she respond?
Can she volley for some points?
I like this. It's just a shame the referee's name's not Annette. But anyway, as they back and forward here with this rally, looking for points. Zhong trying to make a racket again.
You notice there,
yeah, getting close.
TYNYBEKOVA was able to put her head underneath the body of Zhang and drive her over top the other side of her other shoulder so that she couldn't stand up when she went behind, and almost was able to lock up a head and a leg to take her to her back. At a certain point, Zhang said, "I'm just going to give up the 2 points and live to fight another day."
Good damage limitation from Zhang. TYNYBEKOVA with the big scores. As we reach into the last couple of minutes here in this engrossing bronze medal contest in the under 58 kilogram grouping, TYNYBEKOVA showing some strength of her own here.
She pushed in, Zhang pushed back, she snapped her down to her hands, but fleet of foot, Zhang was able to get back up and circle to her feet.
Well, the athleticism and stamina evident from both. This battle for bronze, grabs the legs.
That time, TYNYBEKOVA saw the fact that she wasn't gonna give up those points.
Well, the referee held up a signal there. You talked about giving up those points.
She didn't allow her to lift her off the ground. She was able to sprawl her legs back. I think two of the officials might have said 1, and one of the officials might have said 2. They're going to take a look at there are certain points when the coach doesn't need to challenge it. The refs want to get it right, so all 3 officials are going to come together and look at the video. So they're going to go to the videotape, and by the jury, they're going to look at it. They don't have to go to the special official. All 3 judge and 2 judges and official are going to get together to make sure they got it right.
Just trying to see there, just as you talk about trying to get it right, we are holding up signals here as we are in the commentary box. They're having a little conversation. The referee held up for 2.
Right, and
the
another
judge
official,
disagreed.
They said 1 for the step out. So they're going to see, was there control out of bounds for the 2-point takedown?
Well, they're having a good old conversation here. I'm not checking their emails, I promise. They're running the rule over this one. Massive moments in this bronze medal.
End of action. End of action. Listen, this is not end of action. Continue.
1 point blue. 1 point blue. Yes, 1 point blue.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there was a fight on the mat. There was almost a fight off it there.
The official, the referee wanted, she was saying that the action started inbounds and finished out of bounds for 2 takedown. The 2 other officials and the jury, especially the mat chairman, said, "Oh no, that's not 2, 1 point blue." And now the Chinese officials going, "Oh no, I want 2."
Yep, and that is understandable. He was not privy to the conversation. Zhu Kuyan, the coach. And I think that the referee, when she wasn't happy to give up on the 2, she wanted 2, tried to stand her ground.
Well, and the good thing now is all 3, the referee and the 2, and the judge and the chairman, they went and looked at the video. Now they're going to go away from the officials, and they're going to go to the jury, who are 2 people who are not involved in the match, and they're impartial. So they're going to take a look at it as well and decide, is that 1 or 2?
Well, it's another conversation, a little conflab between the judges and the impartial jury duty panelists, trying to make sure they get it right. This is the bone of contention. So from the referee's point of view, started inside, finished outside. She wants to give 2.
See, in my point of view, there was never control. Right away, TYNYBEKOVA was able to face, and so I don't know if that was a great challenge after that long of a time looking at the video. I don't know if they're going to change that to 2.
And not only that,
yep.
Sorry, right, but also if the challenge is unsuccessful,
then TYNYBEKOVA is going to receive a point, so then it's a wash.
Well, tense times for both here. What is the pronouncement? Better to take your time and to get it right than to rush it and get it wrong.
Okay.
The 1 stands, and it is indeed that lost challenge, so TYNYBEKOVA, her lead is cut to a point. Zhang still in this one, lots of time left.
If she doesn't challenge that, the line is under Zhang. She was in the lead, and now she's trailing by 1. So again,
thanks, coach.
If it ends now, and there's no more scoring, she can look back and say, I had it won.
Yep, she did have it in her hands at the moment, but TYNYBEKOVA has that tiny advantage. Zhang was in the ascendancy. The coach felt like throwing it. Has he thrown away a bronze here? Can Zhang take it back into her own hands?
She needs to stay on the offense. When Zhang has been offensive, she's scored points. When she's been on the defense, TYNYBEKOVA has scored points. So she needs to be offensive with only 30 seconds to go. She can't rest on her laurels here.
And she has to stand and shoots for the single leg. Has she got the power?
Great defense by TYNYBEKOVA there.
Well, by the tiniest of margins, TYNYBEKOVA has the lead. The referee having a strong look at it here. Into the last 5 seconds. Well, the clock's going to tick down in this one. Zhang trying to fight for it.
Bring the mat, okay? Next time, caution.
Next time, caution,
Stop,
but next
stop,
time,
stop, in the center.
there's not going to be any time left. TYNYBEKOVA shifts round there, Matador style, slips the guard, and slips off into the Parisian night with a bronze medal. Ningning Zhang could not have been much closer. TYNYBEKOVA, by the tiniest of margins.
And I believe that that challenge was wrong. I believe that they got it right. The officials got that